Welcome to the Professor Dor Show. Here it's around 2 p.m. Nairobi City, the capital city of Kenya. So today we are going to look at the Swahili language. Swahili language is spoken by over 200 million people in East Africa and part of the Central Africa. It's the biggest lingua franca in East Africa, East and Central Africa. So today we are going to look at greetings in the Swahili language. Greetings in the Swahili language. I hope you can see from my handwriting. Not so good, but at least you can read. So we are going to look at greetings in the Swahili language. As you know, in English, you have common greetings. You say good morning, and then someone says good morning. But here I'm just going to teach you about the basic greetings in the Swahili language, that if you travel to East Africa, that you can use, that are easy. So we start with the, let me organize my pen. So we have here jambo. You say si jambo. Jambo, si jambo. So jambo here means hello. And then si jambo, I'm fine. So when you meet someone on the streets here in Kenya or East Africa, you can say jambo, jambo, then they say si jambo. But mostly they just reply jambo. So jambo means hello, si jambo means I'm fine. And this is commonly in Tanzania. When you meet someone, they will say jambo, then they'll say si jambo. And then that means hello and fine. So I repeat one more. Jambo, si jambo. Yes. Then we move on to the most commonly used in Kenya. You meet someone, say habari, they say mzuri. Habari, mzuri. So here habari means hello, or it also means any news. It also means any news. Any news. So you have habari, mzuri, which means hello or any news. Then the person answers mzuri, which means fine. So I repeat again. Habari, mzuri. Habari, mzuri. We move on. So you have, sometimes you meet someone, maybe a friend. You don't know how they are feeling. You want to find out how they are feeling. Maybe they have been in hospital and you want to find out how they have been. So you can say, u hali gani. U hali gani. How are you? Then the person would say njema, which means fine. So u hali gani. How are you? Njema, which means fine. So u hali gani, then they say njema. Or if they're not feeling well, they say siko vyema. But most of the time they'll say njema. Or if they're not feeling well, they'll explain. Maybe they'll say, I'm sick, mimi mgonjwa, such things. They'll give an explanation. But normally you say u hali gani, then the answer is njema. Then we move on to, now this is commonly used in Tanzania. So we have shikamo, marahaba. Shikamo, marahaba. So shikamo means hello, marahaba means fine. And this is normally used young person to elder. So we find that a young person, maybe a young man meets his or her father or mother, and then they say what? Shikamo. And then the person answers marahaba. Usually the young person talking to the older. Usually it's the young person who greets the older person first. So the young person will say shikamo, then the older person will say marahaba. Or it can even be vice versa. But this is commonly used when someone is talking to an elder. Maybe they'll ask them shikamo, then the person will answer marahaba. Or the older person will say shikamo, then the younger person will say marahaba. So it's young person to elder. When a young person is speaking to the elder, they say shikamo, then the person will say marahaba. Because here in Africa, normally when you meet an elder person, your parent, your father or mother, you're expected to be the first person to greet them, to show respect, to greet them first. You don't allow an elder person to greet you first. It's you to greet the elder person first. So as a daughter meets the father, she will say shikamo, then the father will say marahaba. We move on. So here in Kenya, we have, this is called the street slang, Swahili language on the streets. So someone will say mambo, sema, which means hello. So you meet someone here in Nairobi streets or in the estate, they say mambo. You can just tell the mambo or sema, or you can say vipi. All this means, mambo means hello, sema means hello, vipi. Also, vipi means how are you? How are you? Isn't it? So you can have mambo, sema, mambo, sema, vipi. But usually what I'll advise, you can just say mambo, or jambo, or sema, and then the person will answer poa, which means fine. So I repeat again. When the street slang here, you'll meet someone, you just tell them mambo, sema, vipi. Vipi means how are you, but usually they all refer to hello. You meet someone here in Nairobi, the street, just say mambo, or you can say sema, or you can say vipi, which means hello. And then how do they answer? Or someone can ask you mambo, you say poa, which means fine. So someone can ask you mambo, sema, vipi, then you say poa, which means fine. Okay. Or someone can also say hakuna noma, which means no problems. Especially among the young people, when you tell them what? Mambo. They usually like saying hakuna noma, no problems. But the elderly people, you tell them mambo, they just say poa. Mambo, poa. Sema, poa. So just say, you can say mambo, you can say sema, or you can say vipi. Then they'll say poa. Okay. Which means fine. Or hakuna noma, this is street slang, no problems. Lastly, we're going to learn about some Swahili verbs. So Swahili verbs. So what does it mean? You have kula. Kula means eat. Kula means eat. So kula means eat. So I'll say kula. Then how about the next one is kimbia. Kimbia means run. Kimbia means run. Kimbia means run. So kimbia. Okay, then you have kuja hapa. That means come here. Maybe you see someone in the street, you tell them kuja hapa. It means come here. Kuja hapa. Then we have cheka. That means laugh. Cheka, laugh. Cheka, laugh. Cheka, laugh. Then we have kulia. Cry. Kulia, cry. Kulia, cry. So repeat again. We have cheka means laugh. Cheka means laugh. Kulia means cry. Then we have saidia means help. Maybe you need help, you say saidia means help. So kulia means cry. And then cheka means laugh. Then kunywa. Kunywa means drink. Kunywa means drink. So you can say kunywa maji. Kunywa maji. So here kunywa is drink, maji is water. So kunywa maji. Kunywa maji. Then you have kula chakula. Kula chakula. That means eat food. So kula here is eat. Chakula. Chakula means food. Chakula means food. Then we continue. You can also add something I want to add. Good. So lastly we have nataka chakula. I want food. So nataka means I want. Chakula means food. So nataka chakula. Nataka. Nataka means I want. Nataka chakula. Nataka chakula. I want food. So food here is chakula. I want is nataka. So when you say nataka chakula means I want food. So nataka chakula. Nataka chakula, I want food. And then when you thank someone, you say asante means thanks. So asante, asante. So I want to tell you asante for listening to my greetings, video on greetings. And as I always say, kwaheri ya kuonana. Kwaheri means goodbye. Kwaheri ya kuonana. So thanks, asante.